Hi friends, I am Saina. Today I am going to share 31 countries that don't have a military power. While it might seem normally for every country to have a military, there are some that don't have any armed forces. 31 countries don't have any armed forces. In some territories that don't have a standing army, police forces function as de facto military forces. Here is a list of which countries exist without regular armed forces. The first one is Andorra. Andorra is one of the smallest states in Europe. The country in the Pyrenees does have its own police but no military. The defense of the independent state is the responsibility of Spain and France. The second one is Aruba. The island state of Aruba lies in the Caribbean Sea. The defense of the country, which has 116,000 inhabitants, is the responsibility of the Netherlands. The third one is Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands still have a national police force called Royal Cayman Islands Police Force. The fourth one is Cook Islands. New Zealand is responsible for its defense, but only at request by the Cook Islands. The fifth one is Costa Rica. There have been no armed forces in Costa Rica since 1949, but police forces are usually used for defense purposes. The sixth one is Curacao. Curacao is one of 4 constituent countries of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Curacao is also an island state in the Caribbean Sea that has no military forces. The seventh one is Dominica. Dominica has a police force called the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, which also acts as a coast guard. The eighth one is Faroe Islands. They do not have a regular armed forces, but the Danish government is responsible for their defense. The ninth one is French Polynesia. French Polynesia is located in the southern Pacific Ocean, but no armed forces of its own. The 10th one is Greenland. The Danish government is also responsible for the defense of the island. 11th one is Grenada. The country no longer has its own military force. 12th one is Iceland. NATO is responsible for island's defense. 13th one is Kiribati. No regular armed forces and the establishment of military is forbidden in the constitution. However, the island state does have police forces. 14th one is Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is the 6th smallest state in the world, although the country has no military armed forces. 15th one is Marshall Islands. The Marshall Islands have no armed forces of their own, so territorial defense is still provided by the US. 16th one is Mauritius. Although Mauritius has no regular armed forces of its own, it has a police forces and a paramilitary unit called the Special Mobile Force. 17th is Micronesia. The island state has no military of its own, so its defense is the responsibility of the United States. 18th one is Monaco. France is responsible for its defense, but Monaco still has a national police force. 19th one is Montserrat. Montserrat has its own police force. There is no regular military and its defense is Britain's responsibility. 20th one is Nauru. In 1968, The small island gained its independence. There is no military for its almost 10,000 inhabitants. 21st is Niue. The small island has no military of its own. It does have its own police force. 22nd is Palau. The US is allowed to station military personnel in this area. 23rd is Panama. Panama's constitution has prohibited the creation of a standing military. 24th is Saint Lucia. The state does not have its own military but has its own police force. 25th is Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. The island have no military but the island state has its own police force. 26th is Samoa. Samoa has no formal defense structure or regular armed forces. 27th is San Marino. Has no regular armed forces but has a voluntary military corps that performs ceremonies and can be used to support the police. 28th is Saint Martin. Saint Martin has no regular armed forces and the territorial defense of the island is the responsibility of the Netherlands. 29th is Solomon Islands. The Solomon Islands have no standing army but have a police force. The 38th one is Tuvalu. The fourth smallest state in the world has around 11,000 inhabitants and no military of its own. The 31st is Vanuatu. They have no regular military but there is the Vanuatu Police Force and the Police Maritime Wing. If you like my video, please give a suggestion in the comment section. Please subscribe our channel and smash the like button. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and click on the bell icon for our notifications.